What drives you? What inspires you? Let's ignite your why. Welcome back to Ignite Your Why podcast. I'm your host, Austin T. Gullett, and we're here to have genuine conversations with authentic people to help amplify their voice and figure out what ignites their why. Today's guest was born and raised in Erlanger, Kentucky. She's an alumnus of Holmes High School, the best high school in Kentucky, in my opinion, and has obtained her bachelor's degree in psychology from NKU and her master's of education from the University of Cincinnati in behavior analysis. Currently, she is working at a local daycare and she is an entrepreneur herself. And I'm so excited to have her on today. So, Tisha, how are you doing today?
Hey, everybody. Hey, Austin. I'm doing very well. How are you?
Good. I feel like it's about time we finally got Tisha Payne in the building.
Right. Wait on it.
You know, I purposely wore my Xavier University gear because you're a Cincinnati alumnus.
If I would have knew that, I would have came dressed to impress. I wish I would have.
I was like, she went to UC, so let me wear my Xavier gear because this is the best school in Cincinnati.
Yeah, we'll see that.
So let's just hop straight into this. So what is your story?
So, born and raised in Erlanger, like you said, very, very small area, small town. So everyone knew everyone, but it was a very majority white area,
Mm-hmm.
So being a little black girl, in a majority white area was an experience, to say the very least. I was very, very smart all my life from kindergarten on. I was always in honors classes, doing all the extracurriculars. I played basketball, volleyball, track, did all the sports. But it was a ride to find my identity when I was younger,
Mm-hmm.
There wasn't very many people around that looked like me, wanted to do the things I like to do. I was always a nerdy girl. I love comic books, superheroes, movies like that. And there were just not very many people around that were like me. So it was kind of difficult for me to navigate what I liked, what I wanted to do, where I could fit into the society that I grew up in. And I don't know. I think that a lot of that really moved a lot of the things, my dreams, my things I wanted to do in the future, and the route that I took. Um, because, like I said, it was just really hard. And trying to think of the best way to say it. It's just, you don't really understand it until you experience it. So it's just
Right.
like,
It's one of those things where I feel like people always find themselves better when they're comfortable, when they
right.
see someone that looks like them or see someone that they can relate to. And
Exactly.
I can't relate to you, honestly.
Yeah.
I don't know what that feels like. I will never be able to kind of feel that way. I
Right.
feel like, but it's interesting that you say it because when you say like Erlanger is like a small town, so is Covington. And Covington is very, everyone knows everyone and everyone
Yeah.
knows your business. I feel like, so it definitely makes sense. So you grew up in Erlanger your whole life. So what made the switch to come to Holmes and graduate from there?
Yeah. So I think all the difficulties I was having with the social aspect, of course, the academics came easy to me. I always A honor roll, all
Right.
that. But socially, I just couldn't find where I fit in it. And especially hit me going into high school. Like elementary, excel, middle school, excel. High school was that breaking point for me that was just like, whoa, like this is real life. What am I
Yeah,
doing?
puberty happens and
Yeah.
things are changing.
Oh my gosh. It was definitely an eye opener for me. And since like sophomore year of high school, I was begging my mom, like, please, I just want to go somewhere new. I want to try something different. I want to see something different going on. And my sister went to Holmes her whole life. She was born and raised in Covington.
Hmm.
Um, so I was like, Mom, can I go to school with her? I know her, so I know that I can at least have somebody that I can rely on, get to know new people. I knew the area from hanging out with my sister there. So it was just like, yeah, I feel like this might be the place for me. And I'm so, so happy. Took me from sophomore year to senior year for her to change her mind. But I'm so happy that I persuaded her to, because I love that school. I am a proud Bulldog. Once a Bulldog, always a Bulldog.
Yes,
So
ma'am.
that was an awesome experience for me, and I met so many different people, not even just black people, there. And at Homes it was all different types of people. So
All walks of life. You never
yeah.
know who you're gonna meet there.
Yes, exactly. And I just fit in everywhere. I fit in with the jocks. I fit in with the nerds. I fit in with, all the different people. Um, and everyone welcomed me as well. So I felt love there. I felt appreciated there. And I had a lot of great opportunities from there. That's where I got the guidance to apply for the colleges that I wanted to apply
Mhm.
for. I got a full ride scholarship to the University of Louisville. So yes, that going to Homes was the best thing that ever happened for me.
And you wanna know what's crazy is I love having people on my podcast who went to Holmes
Yeah.
because I feel like so many people have this negative perception of the
Oh yeah.
school just based off of like where it's from and like the location of everything and the
Exactly.
demographics of the school. And in reality, there's so many success stories that come out of Holmes. And I just love having the opportunity to highlight those moments. And I'm so glad that you said that your experience was truly
Oh,
amazing because I love Holmes. Like I coach there now. I love being back there. It's just
yeah.
people don't realize that it is a good school, and I always tell people it's what you make it, right?
Exactly.
Everyone goes to school, you're either gonna love it or you're gonna hate it. It's how you adapt and how you make it your own experience. That's how
Yeah.
I always saw it. But I always love to prove doubters wrong. Is like, boom, drop the mic.
Same. Yes. Same. That's always the first thing I say. Yes, I went to Homes. Bulldog for life. Once a Bulldog, always a Bulldog. So I mean, yeah.
That is the one thing is like I feel like the alumni and the community in Covington is very strong,
Oh
and
yeah.
it's just something that like I take pride in, and I'm not afraid to say like I went to Holmes High School.
Yeah.
I remember my freshman year of college, I was sitting in class and like it was English class at NKU, and me and like another classmate of mine from high school were in the same class,
Yeah.
and we mentioned that we went to Holmes, and we heard this like girl like talking shit that we went to Holmes, and my friend turned around and was like, "Ma'am, we are sitting in the same class that you are in right now. So
Yeah.
what does that say about you?" A little reality check there. So
Put some respect on our name, because yeah.
right. So I'm glad that you were able to find yourself and find like your kind of like your purpose while you're at Homes and really honed in on like what you truly wanted to do, which
Yeah.
makes me want to lead into this next segment here, which is like the big chunk of everything. So what is it that truly inspires you? But more importantly, what is it that ignites your why?
So my what ignites my why is helping. I've always been a helper. I always love motivating people, helping people reach their goals, doing whatever I could possibly do to make other people successful. Um, and I feel like the most important thing right now on this planet is helping the children,
Hmm.
because they're just so innocent and they're learning and they're growing, and they are the future. As far as they're going to be the people that are going to be teaching, they're going to be the people that are running the country, they're going to be the presidents, they're going to be the doctors. And I feel like they're just a very neglected demographic right now. So I'm really, really, really passionate about helping kids and helping families be successful, especially since I had my own child. It really put me in a different perspective
Hmm.
of being a mother. Like, I kind of feel like I gained a lot of respect for my mother because of all the things that I do now for my child. I'm like, whoa, she had to do that for me plus four or plus three others. She had four total. So it's like, wow,
Yeah,
wow.
you never realize the sacrifices your parents
Oh,
actually made for you until either you have your own child or you become an adult, and you're just
exactly.
like, "Damn, like, you did so much for me, and I never really appreciated it." So,
Exactly.
shout out to mom and dad. I love you guys.
Thank you. And my mom was a single mom as well. So being a single mom of four, I can I can only imagine. Like I only have one.
Mhm.
Like this is a struggle. So I can only imagine having multiple kids. So I just have so much love for mothers, so much passion for helping children, helping mothers to make everyone successful because at the end of the day, we as a community, as each other, we're all we have. So if one person falls short, we're all going to be falling short.
Exactly, and it's crazy how you say it because I feel like that's why I coach,
Yeah.
because that the future is our children,
Yeah.
right? And I tell people all the time, and people probably get tired of me saying this on my podcast, but I absolutely hate when people say, "Our children are at risk,"
Yes.
because our children aren't at risk. Our
No.
kids they're at promise, right?
Yeah.
But what matters is, are we giving them the resources they need to be successful?
Exactly.
And it all comes down to giving back to our communities and helping these children succeed and
Yeah.
reach their full potential, right? Because you look around, and I think that's why I'm so drawn back to Holmes, is because I've seen both sides,
Yeah.
right? I've seen the struggle, I've seen the success, and I've seen people go down the wrong paths. And to
Yeah.
be an adult and understand that, and to try to help guide them and teach them responsibility, teach them respect, and teach them how to own their own actions, and how to hone in on who they truly are and do what they want to do,
Yeah.
is something that inspires me, because I feel like it's easy to listen to outside noise, especially when you
Oh,
come from a small town. Uh,
yeah.
you're, I tell people all the time, is like, you're not going to make everyone happy, right?
Yeah.
You're going to make decisions in your life that people aren't going to agree with. And
Yeah.
you got to live for yourself. You got to do what
Always.
you want to do and do what
Always.
makes you happy. And it's just, you're starting to fire in me. Like,
No,
it's
I'll
just,
say the same thing. One thing that I really value is just being genuine and being you. Like that's one thing that I lacked when I was younger and it took me a
Mhm.
while to grow up and learn. But once I learned that being you is awesome and being you is okay and there's going to be people out here that love you for doing you, I started being myself and it has been like the best experience of my life.
That's all you can do, is be
Yeah.
authentically you, and I
Yeah.
think that's truly inspiring. And
Yeah.
I kinda wanna touch on something here, because you mentioned, like, how you just wanna make people successful, and you, like, help mothers and things of that nature. In the intro, I mentioned that you were an entrepreneur.
Yeah.
Could you tell us a little bit about your business and how you came up
Yeah.
with, like, the name and
My
the
baby.
idea behind it and all of that? So I'm all ears for you.
Yes, yes. Business is called Reaching Serenity. And I really have a lot of different services because I have a lot of different experience and a lot of different areas. So
Mhm.
I mainly focus on mental health, educational health, and behavioral health, especially behavioral part since my master's degree is in behavior analysis. So some of the services that I provide could be things as far as like an enriched childcare service. Like, say someone needs a babysitter for an hour or for while they go to work or something. I don't just provide basic childcare where I just babysit your child. I have different activities that stimulate their mind, stimulate their body. Get them ready for the next step. If they're an infant, we work on tummy time or feeding or crawling or whatever they
Mhm.
need to work on to develop to the next level. And I also do things like I call them strategy sessions. So it's kind of like venting. You tell me, whatever's going on with you, whatever issues you have, things like that. And we just work together to try to figure out some strategies for it. What can we do? Say you're having a bad day and you're upset about something. We can talk it through and just and decide, was it a big deal? Was it, just something that you
Mhm.
were just built up upset about in the moment? What can we do to work on? Meditation. A lot of people come to me for meditation because um, I'm really, really passionate about just reset, recharge, refocus. Because a lot of things on this earth is not that big of a deal, but in the moment it might feel that way. But when you meditate, I swear it comes in, you let it out, and then you're feeling much better. So
I give
that
people
seems,
props who can meditate. I can't do it, I
yeah.
promise you. Like,
uh,
my ADHD does not allow me to. I, like I remember when I was a kid, like you ever done karate?
no, I haven't.
Okay, but in karate, like, they have you, like, sit there in, like, silence and, like, you're on your, like, knees or
Yeah.
whatever, and it's really only a minute, but I went to my mom and I was like, "Mom, we sit there for, like, 5 or 6 minutes," and it's like I was literally going insane, and I honestly quit. So, I give people props who can meditate. I just
Yeah.
don't have the, like, patience because my mind just will
So that
wander.
get together so we can get you together. Because I swear it's possible. I feel like I have ADHD too. Like I'm not diagnosed or anything, but I really feel like I really lack that focus. But the meditation, I don't know what it does to me, but it really calms me down and it gets me to where it gets my thoughts under control because my brain, especially being an entrepreneur, I know is just so
Yes,
much going on. I'm a single mom, I'm working, I'm doing this, doing that.
constantly,
I need
constantly,
that.
constantly.
Yes, I need that 10 minutes a day at least to get myself together. So I
Like, you're
definitely,
literally speaking to, like, the choir right now, because 'cause I'm literally
yes,
just, like I'm being the interim athletic director at Taft High School. I'm coaching high
yeah,
school soccer. I have to
yeah,
do my original job, and then I do a
yeah.
podcast, and I'm just like, I really wanted to devote time to, like, my podcast, but I feel like this last week and a half, I haven't really had the effort or the energy to put into
Right.
it. Like, I'm not gonna lie to you, like, I was sleeping until, like, the time we were recording today.
And that's okay because that's what I was running late. I'm like, please, I need to chillax. I need my coffee first. So
Literally yesterday, like, I was so tired,
yeah,
I slept all day
yeah.
almost. I it's
I feel
just
like that's what the
been
week for
go,
me.
go, go.
Yeah. And my husband said that to me one day because I told him how I missed him. I'm like, I haven't seen you in a while. Like, where you been at? And he was like, you just do too much. And I'm like, what are you talking about? Then I stopped and like just analyzed and thought about it. Like, well, you know what? I really do. I'm traveling or I'm doing this. I'm doing a new
Mhm.
project. I'm with my daughter. We're doing something. And I hardly ever get that time to just chill and relax. And, so that's why I have to at least do that 10 minutes meditation a day or, whew,
It's
I don't
important.
know.
I think it's important for us to take a step back and just really make time for the things that we love
Yeah.
and the things that we enjoy. As hard as it may be, saying no is hard, but it's
Oh,
something
yeah.
that I'm learning to do is
Yeah.
don't spread yourself too thin and to put yourself first. I think that's
Yeah.
the biggest thing I've been learning over the last year and a half.
I've been learning that as well because I've always been that helper that just gave my all 100
Mhm.
everyone else all the time. So it took me 30 years. I'm 30 years old, but I finally learned to say no, to build boundaries. And, people will still respect you for that. They'll still love you for that if you just respect yourself too.
Right. So it kind of you touched on this a little bit. You talked
Yeah.
about you have mental health services, and I'm a huge, huge mental health advocate.
Yeah.
So I kind of want to ask my next question here
Go
is
ahead.
how have you been taking care of yourself mentally?
Okay. So the meditation, of course, is like the number one thing. I've been slacking on it. I'll admit I be slacking, but I do try to do that because that is just I can't say praise it enough. It just helps. It helps so much. I also love to cook. That's like the one thing. 'Cause like I said, I feel like I have ADHD too. So my brain's everywhere. I can't focus on anything. Cooking is so like complex. People think it's just so easy. You just put the food together, warm it up.
Mm-mm.
I
I
feel
don't
like
cook. I don't cook.
It took me a while. It took me a long time. And I actually got an Instagram and a TikTok page for my cooking just because I just found a love for cooking. And it's really just, it's one of those decompressor moments for me. It's a me
Hmm.
time. Like my daughter's not with me. You can't touch this hot stuff. So you going somewhere. So it's something just for me, just something that I do. And I just try new recipes every once in a while. And it just helps me focus while I'm cutting up. I'm listening to music, or sometimes I even do it in silence, depending on how my day was. Um, so
Ooh,
cook,
silence. Scary.
yeah, it's scary. People say silence is scary. What's wrong with silence?
So I feel like when I get in silence, it just like my thoughts begin to wander. Like
Yeah,
I can't even sleep with in silence. Like I
yeah,
have my fan going all
hmm,
night. Like it's just us. But like I feel like also when you're cooking, it's not necessarily silence because you get the little sizzle from
yeah,
the skillet or something like
yeah,
that. Like there's some sort of noise. But if you're telling me I'm sitting in pitch silence,
yeah.
I'm out.
That's how I sleep. TV off, light off, everything.
In
Have
dead silence?
Yes, dead silence.
Oh
It
no,
because I
I
feel like
can't.
that's how my thoughts get out. You feel like the thoughts rumble, and they will. They're gonna rumble. They're gonna
I'll
shake.
be up all night. I'll be
All
up
that.
all night.
Yeah, they'll do all that. But I promise you, after a while, they'll all go, and you'll be good. That's why I think feel like they
Mm,
need to stop their thoughts, and it's not really about stopping them. It's about letting them exist, letting them be there, and
yeah.
then let them go.
See, I gotta do my Gabby, chill. Sorry.
Yeah,
But, I have to, like, just I have to have the fan on. I've been that way
yeah,
since I was a kid, and
yeah,
I remember there'd be times, like, where I would stay all night at, like, friend's house, and I would download an app on my phone that
yeah,
had the sound of a box fan. Not because, like, I just needed the noise, like, I needed the noise,
yeah,
and I can't go without it.
yeah. Try it. You just try it. We're definitely gonna do a meditation session. I'm gonna sign you.
Okay, I'll take your word on it. So we talked about your business, we talked about everything that you do, but the one thing we didn't really mention was how can people get these services? Like, is there a website they go to? Do they just reach out to you? Like, how would that go about going? I can't speak. How would they go about doing that?
Yeah, yes, yes. So for right now, yeah, you can reach out to me personally. My Instagram page, Facebook, um, my phone number, text message. I actually have a Facebook page for my business. It's called Reaching Serenity, um, which I don't think I talk too much about, but you'll once you get on the page, you'll be able to see all the different services. A lot of them are actually free of charge. I don't really charge for a lot of my services because I feel like mental health is something that everybody deserves and everybody should have access to. I'm starting to get some events set up, which I'll have some more details about that on my Reaching Serenity page as well. Um, but they're all, like I said, most of them are free of charge. So reach
That's
out,
truly amazing.
find Tisha Payne on Facebook, or you can find Reaching Serenity, and I'll be happy to help.
That's amazing, honestly. I think you hit it on the head. Like, mental health is super important.
Yeah,
And I feel like the cost of mental health is just
crazy.
outrageous. It's outrageous. And I'm blessed
Yeah,
that I have a therapist who is very affordable.
yeah,
Very affordable. I believe she
yeah.
charges me $45 a session,
Oh
which
wow. Yeah,
is the cheapest I've
yes,
ever like had.
that is
So
awesome.
it's definitely a blessing. I will say that. I will say that. Um,
Yes,
I just think all you're doing is truly amazing. Like it is truly
you.
inspiring. Because especially when I think of, I say you're from Covington. You went to
Yeah,
Holmes.
I say I'm loving
You're from
it.
Covington in my eyes, and
Yeah,
it's just. I think the work you're doing is needed, especially in our community
for sure.
in our surrounding communities. It's not just like in Covington, but I think the work you're doing is worth it and it's going to be valuable. And I know you're going to continue to flourish and succeed and excel at it. And I hope your business can blow up and hopefully that
Thank
can just become your full-time job. And
you. Yeah,
I'm your biggest cheerleader right now. Like, I think it's
thank
truly
you.
amazing. Like,
Yes.
just in conversations with you, I can see. your education and I can see your experience, and
Thank
you have
you.
so much knowledge that I feel like it's selfish to hold on to. So I'm glad that you're sharing it to the world.
Yeah. That's like one of the number one things I've always wanted to do, because I've had so many different jobs. I work with so many different people. I know
Mhm.
so many different people and experiences. And it's just like, it's almost not fair for me to experience this and other people not to, because it really, really helped me. It really helped me grow. It really helped me know myself, learn myself, and know really what I want to do in this life. So I really want other people to ignite their why as well. So,
Yeah. And I think that's the thing is people always say knowledge is power. And I feel
sure,
like if we can help guide people to the right path and success, then we're doing what we're supposed to be doing. I feel like
definitely.
everyone has that purpose, and it's kind of why I started this podcast. And
Yeah,
I'm glad that I was able to chop it up with you a little bit and get more of an insight of who Tisha Payne is and what
you.
she enjoys to do. So I
Yeah.
appreciate you for taking the time out of your day to hop on and chop it up.
I appreciate you as well, because I just love the whole concept of your podcast, the
Thank
positive.
you.
I've watched your episodes, so it's just awesome to see you find these awesome people and help share their awesome stories to the world, because everybody needs to hear it. So I
Thank
appreciate.
you.
I'm proud.
You're making me blush.
Keep doing what you do, Austin. I'm proud of
Th-
you.
Thank you. I really do appreciate it. If anyone wants to continue having a conversation with you about anything we talked about today, what would be the best way for them to get a hold of you?
You can get a hold of me on Facebook or Instagram. Tisha Payne on both. You can also reach out to my business page, Reaching Serenity, on Facebook.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you again. I'm so happy that I was able to chop it up with you. I love highlighting stories of people that are local,
Yes.
especially people that went to Holmes High School. So,
Go
again,
Bulldog!
once a Bulldog.
Always a Bulldog!
I really do appreciate you, Tisha. And I want to thank all of you for listening in. I'm going to put all of Tisha's information in the description below. If you all happen to reach out to her, please just notate on where you found her so that way she knows.
Yes, thank you.
Again, again, thank you all for tuning in. Make sure you give us a follow on all social media platforms. We are at Ignyte Your Y. That's INGYTE, not with an I. We're on all platforms such as TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and more. So make sure you give us a follow. Again, thank you for listening in. And always remember, find your purpose and ignite your why. And I'll holler at you later. Peace.
Thank you.